I'm ex-military. Yeah, I was in a long time ago. Got out in '91. I'm gonna tell you something. I was on Fort Riley when they went off to war. I had to stay behind because of the unit I was with. But you saw all the tanks pull out. You know what I'm saying? All the Abrams or whatever they were, the M1s, whatever they were. Fancy back then, back in '91. Fancy smancy. All the gadgets, you know, the gizmos, everything. And when they went over there, they just obliterated Saddam Hussein's army. And the helicopters that we had back then were so terrifying that, they would just surrender because they didn't want to see no part of an Apache or a Blackhawk. These things, whenever you turn your head, the gun would move. You got two men in it, an aviator and a pilot. You have a weapon system that is unbelievable, flying 200 miles an hour and can put a bullet on every inch of the dang ground. It's just ridiculous. And then there's the fact that the radar systems are superior to everyone in the world. And this is everyone. This is every single country. America has the most superior radar system. And this is on our planes. This is in our commercial planes. This is in our any navigational system needed. We have the top. We are it. We're the pinnacle because there are so many countries that are involved in making our radar systems. That's what's really going on. So we get the most intelligent people within a subsection, and they work on our stuff, and then boom, we have the best. That's how that goes. It's not just one group of people. It's not just one race. It's a lot of races that are involved in that. With that being said, it is pretty much impossible to sneak up on a Black Hawk. You can't do it. You cannot come from the left side of a Black Hawk with an airplane, passenger plane, flying at a slow speed, and then collide with it. Now, you can't do it even at night. And there's a huge light right there. It's not the radar system alone is not going to allow that to happen. The radar system is going to see that airplane probably 2-3 miles away, even more. It's ridiculous what these things can do. The technology, the money that goes into just one of them, it's just ridiculous what they can do. Now, if you were talking about a Huey, maybe, maybe Huey. I don't know. I don't even think that's possible. But a Black Hawk, a gunship, there's no way you're going to sneak up on one of these top sophisticated Geneva Convention, whatever. These things are, the money that goes into them is ridiculous. A human on the ground, is not going to sneak up on one of those. It's not. Night vision, infrared. When I tell you that pilot and that navigator can see all, it's ridiculous. You're not going to do it in a passenger plane coming from it entering into its vision on the left, and you're flying at the same height, and you can't look out to your left and see this huge light coming out towards you. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Your systems would have been like pull up or go down or something. There would have been warning lights everywhere. Not to mention, on that airplane itself, the radar systems on the airplane, on the passenger planes, would have picked up something coming, especially if you're at the same level. Those things know where the ground is. They know how high you are in the air. They know where the ground is. The vision that the captain and the co-pilot have, the vision that they have, should have been substantial. Now, granted, depends on how fast that helicopter was flying. Yeah, if it was doing top speed, and then they were doing top speed, I could see that, but that's not what was happening. You could see it in the video. They weren't flying at their fastest. Neither vehicle. So how this happens is beyond me. The navigator or the air traffic controller said, "Hey, do you see the airplane?" The pilot of the helicopter goes, "Yeah," but he was looking at the wrong airplane. Still, the navigation system would have warned him, would have lit that whole thing up. Hey, there's a vehicle. Very, very close. It would have been a proximity alert. So I'm not buying it. And those people lost their lives. We need compassion right now. People are saying diversity higher. That's what, because the pilot was Hispanic. Get out of here with that BS. Get out. America's a mixed bag. We're a mixed bag. We're not all one race. Get out of here. We need each other. I tell you what, I said it before. Hispanics are my best customers. We need each other. Cut it out. No race is better than the other. We all got our issues. We all suck at something. We're all great at something. It is. We need each other. That's what America is. We come together under one agenda and you get things done. That's what we do. We don't alienate a whole race of people and say, oh, they don't know how to fly this commercial plane, even though they've been doing it for years. In this country and other countries, you don't do that. Who do we blame? They said that this was a problem before, that this was a high possibility. Who do we blame? You want to blame the air traffic controller when he was doing his job. You say, oh, he was tired or he was overworked or there's not enough of them. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were going to hire thousands of them and thousands more. And then Trump came in and said, no, we're not going to hire. Trump fires the chief and that's what made the plane. That's not what made the plane crash. That's not what made the plane crash. Firing the chief of the FAA is not what made the plane crash. Now, the air traffic controller, he clearly said, do you see? And the pilot said, yes. Those instruments had something to do with it. And I'm not going to say it was on purpose. I'm going to say that this really needs to be looked into because it's possible that it can happen again. It's highly, highly possible. Let's have some compassion, people.